You want to run for governor and your own people. You are running for governor and your own people. Pay us our money. Anambra people reject you. Anambra people reject this man. His own people, his own people. Anambra people reject you. Anambra, you are owing us 1 billion naira. You are owing us. You are owing us. You are owing us 1 billion naira. Pay us our money. Pay us our money.
Hello everyone. Oh my goodness, did you just watch that particular video? There is so much that is attached to this video, you understand? And for me, it's not even about the fact that whether the governor is owing, is not owing. I mean, as business people, really, we are always owing people. It's a normal thing to owe people, because if you're doing business, you don't do business with your own money. You do business with other people's money. If you are using, I always tell people, if your own money is in the business, it's not loan or whatever, then there is something wrong with the kind of business that you're doing. But most importantly also is the fact that you must be honorable enough to pay your debts and all of that. But that's not the main thing for me. That's when I saw this video and I watched this video, the main thing for me is the fact that, look, as people of Nigeria, if we continue to say that it is only those who have money, or that even if people have their money, that it is their money that they will use to run for election, then we have a major problem. There is no how we're going to get people with good governance, people that will give us good governance, accountability and transparency. They will only be there for themselves, because it's no longer politics. It's no longer about serving humanity or serving the people. It then becomes about, a business where you have to make a profit back in. Because in terms of this, just looking at a lot of the comments that I saw, coming in, and when you talk about this politics thing, it's like, oh my goodness, the kind of money that people spending to become a governor. They are telling you have the billions, even to become a senator, you're spending like 1 billion, 2 billion and all of that. So somebody that has spent this amount of money, you expect the person to come in and then the person is going to be serving you and giving you good governance and working for you. Like, nah, you're joking. That's why I used to say, I used to tell people, do we really have the moral justification to tell politicians when they get into office not to steal? Even when we're talking about donating money for a campaign of candidates, people are like, if they don't have money, why would they be running for office? Now that's why they will enter and steal your money. Because nobody is going to run for office and use their own money and come in there and be working for you and not replace what they have stolen. So that's, for me, I think it's one of the things that we really need to hold very critical here. And for this whole thing to have happened to this place, I know how it is. There are people who will owe you, and they will look you in the face that they will not want to pay. And when it comes to business, owing somebody in business is such a terrible thing, right? Because sometimes people collect loans, sometimes it is other people they are owing, and then they give you this money, they give you things that you're supposed to use and bring back to them, and you refuse to do it. So it's always a major problem in the way this thing. But one of the things also I noticed, because as I'm looking at the video right now, is that what's police on inside, the way they are talking, and I think they were threatening those people. Those ones are like, shoot us now, whatever. I think our police should learn how to engage with people in this kind of situation. Definitely, it's not one that anybody will want to find themselves. And I'm sure that the people who are being owed know how it is. If this politics is, this person will go and use his money now. If he doesn't win, when he doesn't win, your own debt will be going. You understand? Lord. As I'm talking about this, I'm thinking about the kind of debts people have owed me, the kind of owing that people have done me in business. Some of them, you just have to let it go. You just believing that when you meet on the day of judgment, they will come and pay you in deeds, in good deeds. Even if they don't have good deeds, they will carry your bad deeds and add to their own, so that it will reduce some of the sins where they your own head. Otherwise, nah. the way people we own. But I think also the way that the police, were speaking in the background and all of that. I mean, to a certain extent, this is something that I feel they shouldn't have interfered in. Is don't try to threaten anybody, or you just know that you're protecting someone. As long as those people who are asking for their money do not try to harm him or touch him or do anything, that is a no-no in every capacity. But other than that, I mean, no, man, they can do whatever it is. And this whole thing, from this background that I see, if I'm not mistaken, this looks like one of those big hotels. It's even the one. I've seen the other side of it, but I'm not going to mention their name, Sha. Now then they will come and check this. It's one of those big hotels where most of these big people usually will stay there. And for all of this to be happening, the shouting, the whatever, I'm sure it must be so embarrassing. And for even the person that is being owed to come to this level, it has gotten them to a place where no be small thing. The guy don't tire. But he probably has asked for his money. He has been sending people to you. He has sent people to you. He has begged you, pay me my debt, and you are refusing to pay, and you are running for office, and you are using the money. Saying you wasting money alone. And say win this election now, money don't go be that if you don't payment to at the end of the day. So it's really how do I put it now? Really that situation. And of course the person is saying, no be no be anything, nothing join me and you, just pay me my money, make I carry myself, make I carry my two left legs, call the waka they go. It's really such a it's really such an embarrassing thing. But like someone said here, he said owing someone is not a crime. Absolutely, it's not a crime. But refusing to pay someone is actually a crime. When you have a contract with someone, you can't just decide that, oh, you're not going to pay. What does that even mean? You need to pay up on the things that you're owing, and you need to go. But like I said earlier, for me, the way I'm looking at this thing, it's not just about it's not even just about what is happening here. It's just, for me, the angle and I want you to take it away from here is that, what are we doing to ensure that people who are running for office don't need to use their own money to run for office? I tell you, if we do not fix that very seemingly insignificant problem, then there's no how we're going to get good governance in Nigeria. Because most times people who have the capacity to come and serve do that don't have that money. And even if they have the money, why do you think you're going to waste it on an election? So me now, I will not go and be selling my houses, selling my this, carry all my no way. Because the moment you do that, you're putting yourself up for, how do I put it now? You're putting yourself up for anything to happen. And so it must be in our interest also as citizens of Nigeria to begin to ask ourselves, the people who are going to govern us, how did they get into office? That's a very critical question. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.